Hi Leo, welcome to your love reading for June 2018. This is Elizabeth from channelguidance.com. So you did have more than 30,000 views for May, so you are getting a slightly longer reading. We're going to do the usual spread, but I'm also going to do the partner spread, comparing your energy to your partner's. Let's go ahead and get started. This is for confirmation, but first let's get 9 cards from this deck for you. This is a love reading for the sign of Leo for June 2018. Page of Coins. Love reading for the sign of Leo. 8 of Coins. Love reading for the sign of Leo for June 2018. 4 of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Leo for June 2018. 2 of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Leo. 6 of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Leo for June. 8 of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Leo for June 2018. Queen of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Leo. The High Priestess. Love reading for the sign of Leo for June. 3 of Cups. Okay, what's the most important message that Leo needs to hear for June 2018? And you have the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is telling you that June should be a time of movement, of growth. This can also be a really lucky time for you if you're looking for a partner. But if things are difficult in your situation, in your love life, this is a card of positive change. So we'll come back to this card to see how it ties in with the rest of the reading. Let's focus on the first 3 cards. And you have the Page of Coins, 8 of Coins, and 4 of Wands. So there is a marriage here. You have the 4 of Wands. So this can be a marriage, or this can even be a committed relationship that is moving towards marriage. It seems like there's a lot of work to do around this relationship or this marriage. The 8 of Coins usually means that it's going to take a lot of effort and a lot of hard work to build this relationship up, especially when it's a card like the 4 of Wands, because this is not just a marriage or a relationship. This is a relationship or a marriage with a strong foundation. So I feel like there's something going on where you really have to put in a lot of hard work and effort to make a relationship maybe strong enough to lead to marriage, or maybe if you're already married, there's a lot of work to do to make the relationship permanent, to overcome any obstacles. The 8 of Coins is just saying hard work. But the first card is the Page of Coins. So, I mean, this is your first card. Usually the first card is probably the most important message in the entire reading. And the Page of Coins is telling you that there's something for you to see in what's going on in your present situation. Whatever it is that you have going on in June, there's something that you're supposed to be looking at very carefully. You're supposed to be learning. Maybe if you're having a lot of troubles, there's something for you to see here. There could be some negative behavior patterns, whatever it is. The Page of Coins is saying there's a lot for you to learn from. Even if it's negative. If it's positive, great. But if you're going through something really difficult, this is meant to teach you something. There's something that you're supposed to be learning about your situation, yourself, your partner. Again, a lot of hard work and effort. But, I do see either a marriage or a sense of stability in a marriage or in a relationship with the 4 of Wands. Now, in the next row here, you have the 2 of Cups, the 6 of Cups, and the 8 of Wands. So you have the Soulmate card here. You have the 2 of Cups. And this card does represent a strong emotional connection with someone. A soulmate energy. So for some of you, you may already be in the soulmate relationship because you do have the 4 of Wands over here. Telling me that some of you may be already married to the soulmate. Or you could be with this person and you're on your way to commitment. You're on your way to marriage. But for some of you, this can be someone from the past because you have past energy here, the 6 of Cups. And this usually does represent people from the past, emotions from the past, memories from the past. Especially, seeing the 8 of Wands here. For some of you, there could be some type of surprise coming up for you. Because usually with the 8 of Wands, this is the energy of a surprise. There is some type of movement that you're not really anticipating that suddenly happens, or there could be communication that comes out of the blue. And I mean, it's right next to the past. And again, a soulmate connection, soulmate energy. And I feel like for some of you, either there is some type of communication from someone from the past, maybe someone that you were close to, someone you were in love with. I just feel like the past is in some way returning. Someone you were very close to, someone's returning or reaching out to you. And this happens very unexpectedly. Usually with the Eight of Wands, you're not anticipating this change or communication. Now for others where you're already coupled and there is no one from the past, it could be that your present soulmate relationship has been maybe affected in maybe not so positive way by the past. Because the Six of Cups can be a lot of emotional baggage from the past. If that has been the case, then I feel with the Eight of Wands, things are changing. This card does represent change and excitement. And I feel like if you're trying to escape your past, maybe with your present partner, you're able to leave that behind. For others, I'm also getting there can even be someone from the past maybe has been interfering in your relationship, which could be maybe your ex or your partner's ex. Again, the Eight of Wands is a positive card saying that, you know, you're moving away from that. Remember that the main energy was the Wheel of Fortune. Things are changing for you for the better. So again, if there's been an ex you've not been able to get rid of, maybe yours or your ex's, I feel like that person is finally letting go. What I do feel here, I mean, the first thing I got from seeing these three cards is that there is a soulmate from the past and there is some type of unexpected communication or unexpected change in the status of that relationship. Now down here, you've got a Court card, you've got the Queen of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Three of Cups. So there's someone here who is a water sign. So this would be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, male or female, sun, moon, or rising. There is a water sign here. There's someone who is a water sign where there is a lot of happiness. Just jumping over here, you've got the Three of Cups. This can even be a relationship that could lead to marriage, or perhaps you're celebrating this person coming back into your life. Maybe it's this person from the past. You do have the High Priestess here saying that you're very intuitive. I feel like for some of you, you could be meeting this water sign and your intuition could be screaming at you, this is the one. This person will bring lots of happiness into your life. If you're already coupled, this can be your romantic partner. This is your partner. The High Priestess is saying watch the signs around you, especially if you're struggling in your relationship or your marriage. Listen to your intuition. What is your intuition telling you? Is it telling you that it's time to go? Is it telling you that maybe things will get better in the past? Things will get better in the future. Because remember, the main energy, the Wheel of Fortune, is telling you it's time for things to change for you. You've already done your time at the bottom of the wheel, and it's time for you to finally be on top. And, you know, I see you being very happy here. I feel like if you're listening to your intuition, again, the High Priestess, if you're listening to your intuition, you're watching the signs, especially around someone who is a water sign, you can't go wrong. Now, if you're ignoring your intuition and ignoring all the signs, all the red flags, then you may not like where you end up. But I feel like, again, there's something exciting happening for you. That's just the feeling that I get from this middle row here. Something exciting. Something changing, maybe with someone from the past, or you're finally able to escape the past. Either way, there's a strong soulmate connection here. I just feel like, you know, things are probably not going to be just that easy. There's a lot of work to do and a lot of things for you to figure out to have this stability here. But I mean, you can have it. The Four of Wands, again, this is not just a marriage or a relationship. It is a relationship or a marriage with a strong foundation. So you can withstand anything that life throws at you. Okay, let's get a few more cards to see what the rest of the message is. What other messages are there for the sign of Leo for June? We've got the Six of Swords. What other messages are there for the sign of Leo for June? The Eight of Cups. What other messages are there for the sign of Leo? The Five of Swords. Okay, so these three cards. So the first thing that gets my attention here is the Eight of Cups. So this is a decision to walk away. This is a decision to move on because you're not happy. So for some of you, you could be going through a situation here where somebody has walked away, and maybe somebody has moved out, or somebody's asked for some space, or somebody is filing for divorce. It's interesting that, you know, this card, the goodbye card, look what it's surrounded with. It's surrounded it's surrounded with the 5 of Swords and the 6 of Swords. And, you know, whenever I see things like this, you know, where, you know, 5 and 6 or 6 and 7, this is a sequence of events. I feel like everything is happening the way that it's supposed to, but it may turn out completely different than you think. Again, somebody walking away, somebody moving on. But then you get the 5 of Swords over here. This is an unwise decision. This is, you know, a decision that someone either already regrets or they will regret. So somebody could have, again, somebody could have left the relationship or your marriage. This could be, you know, a slightly different message than what we've been having over here. I just see somebody walking away and then possibly regretting it. The good news is you have the 6 of Swords as well, which means that you're moving on to something much healthier. This is positive movement, which ties in with the main energy, the Wheel of Fortune. Except this is a major arcana. It's time for things to get better for you. And with this card, things are getting better. You're on your way to a much healthier relationship. And for some of you, I mean, I don't want to say for all of you that, you know, it's hard to say in a general reading. For some of you, you may have made the decision to move on from your partner. Because, I mean, there it is, the 8 of Cups. Somebody feels like they should move on. Somebody needs to walk away. And I feel like for some of you, especially if you're in a really unhealthy relationship, if you choose to walk away, there's something much healthier waiting for you with the 6 of Swords. There's something much better. But you have to make that decision to move on. And with the 5 of Swords, for those of you where you really feel like you have to move on, the 5 of Swords might be telling you that you've got to do what's best for you. It might be an unwise decision to stay in a situation where you really, really don't want to be there. And for some of you, it could be that, you know, you're having to choose between the past and the present, maybe, you know, your current partner and an ex. You've got to do what's best for you. Remember that you have the High Priestess down here. You're having to use your intuition. What do you think is the right decision for you? Because usually with the 5 of Swords, if you make the wrong decision, maybe the decision that everyone expects of you, you will end up coming back and wishing you had never made that decision. And this has to do with somebody walking away. So I don't know if this is you or this is your partner, but either way, things get better with the 6 of Swords. You move into much healthier energy. Okay, let's get some cards from the confirmation deck. Let's move this way. What other messages are there for the sign of Leo for June 2018? You have the 6 of Wands. What other messages are there for the sign of Leo for June? You have the 4 of Wands, which is a repeating card. What other messages are there for the sign of Leo? And a 7 of Swords. What's the most important message that Leo needs to hear for June 2018? The 4 of Swords. So someone may need time to figure things out. The 4 of Swords means that this is a lot of mental energy. Somebody has a lot going on in their head and they may need some time to themselves, and that could be what we're seeing over here on this side with the 8 of Cups. Somebody feels they have to walk away. Maybe somebody just feels they need some space to figure things out. With the 4 of Swords, this is a card of retreating. It could also be a card of healing. Let's take a look at these 3 cards. So you have the 6 of Wands. The 6 of Wands is telling you that you will succeed. This is the victory card. You will succeed, and look at what it came out with. The 4 of Wands, which is a repeating card because you have it from the other deck. Same card, different deck. So for those who are coupled, especially married, because this is a card of marriage, your marriage is here to stay. If you're in a relationship, you're moving towards commitment, because again, this is just, you know, it's a card of a strong relationship, a committed relationship moving towards marriage, and it has come up for you 2 times. So this is probably the most important thing that you need to hear. There is success around your relationship with the 6 of Wands. There is victory. Yes, someone may need some time to figure things out. Someone may need some space. And I also feel, I mean, with the 7 of Swords being here, 7 of Swords and Page of Coins, because they have a similar energy, there could be something maybe that either you or your partner don't want to see about your relationship or your marriage. With the Seven of Swords, it's time to take off the blinders. It's time to see what's really going on. Otherwise, you're being your own worst enemy. And it could be that some of you may need some space, or it could be that your partner needs some space. The Seven of Swords can also mean deceit. Although I don't really see, well, except for, the Five of Swords, here it is right here. For some of you, there can be some type of deceit going on. It can be self-deceit, somebody sticking their head in the sand and saying, there's no problem here, we're happy, but you're actually miserable. It can be that. It can even be, if you're watching this video because you suspect that something's going on with your partner, it could be that, it's possible with these two cards being here. This is a card of someone being two-faced. This is a card of deceit. And this is a card, of hidden enemies. Somebody sabotaging your love life. Sometimes it can be yourself, it can be your partner, or it can be an outside party. Hard to say in a general reading. But there is an energy here of keep your eyes open. Especially with this card being here, the Page of Coins. The Page of Coins, because that's saying there's something for you to see, but you need to look very carefully. And there is, either way, there is the energy here of something odd going on in your love life. You need to keep your eyes open and your ears open and your intuition, because there's something going on here. Either it doesn't have to be someone else, a third party, but it can be that there's something you don't want to see or you don't want to admit to yourself, or it could be something that your partner's doing that you need to acknowledge so you can fix it. But again, with the Seven of Swords, you don't want to be your own worst enemy. The good news is that, the Four of Wands has repeated itself 2 times for you. Either this is your marriage that's here to stay, or it's, a relationship that will continue to grow that could lead to marriage. It has victory with it. So, again, the main energies, the Wheel, Fortune, it's time for things to change in your love life. I feel like it's you've been through enough. It's time for things to finally move. This is movement. It's time for your relationship, your love life to move forward. Although I feel like for some of you, you need time. There's something that you need to see with this energy of the Four of Swords. You need time to figure things out mentally. And again, that's what I was getting from the Page of Coins. So let's do the partner spread so that we can compare your energies to your partner to see if you're on the same page. What do you want compared to them? I think this will give us a little bit more insight, especially if we see any of these cards repeat themselves. And we'll pay close attention to see who they come out for, you or your partner. So I'm going to start with you. This is the deck that I'm using. If you want to know the decks that I'm using, just go to my website, channeledguidance.com, and go to the updates page. Show me the energies around Leo's love life for June 2018. Queen of Swords, Leo's love life, June 2018. 9 of Wands, Leo's love life, June 2018. Page of Wands, Leo's love life, June 2018. The Empress. Okay, now let's get some cards for your partner. Leo's love interest, June 2018. The Hierophant, Leo's love interest, June 2018. 3 of Cups, Leo's love interest, June 2018. Ace of Cups, Leo's love interest, June 2018. The Fool. Okay, now we will get a main energy for you and your partner. Yours would be on top, theirs would be under yours. What is the strongest energy around Leo for June 2018? You have Strength. What is the main energy, the strongest energy around Leo's love interest for June? The Star. Okay, so let's start with your energy over here. You've got the Queen of Swords, the 9 of Wands, the Page of Wands, and then the Empress. So you've got the energy, you have an energy around you of an air sign. You are a fire sign, but there's an energy around you of an air sign. So that would be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. So this can be your partner, sun, moon, or rising, male or female. I feel like there's someone very much, one thing that I'm getting, because it's the first card, again, no matter what kind of spread you're doing, the first card is always really significant. I feel like there's someone on your mind who is an air sign. But you have the Nine of Wands here. I feel like you could be holding back with the Nine of Wands. This means that you're afraid to say too much. You're afraid to reveal too much, and you want to stay in your safe place, and you don't really want to give too much away because you don't want to be hurt. With the Nine of Wands, there's a sense of kind of being paranoid. Possibly because this person has hurt you in the past, or because you've been hurt by other people. I feel like there is fear around your love life, fear of like saying too much. You always have to hold back with the Nine of Wands. You can't say too much because you're afraid that you'll ruin everything, or you're afraid that you're going to give too much away. However, I see that changing as we move down here. You've got the Page of Wands, which this is more of an adventurous spirit. I feel like you may be playing it safe right now, you know, with the Nine of Wands, but I feel like something changes, and you did have the Wheel of Fortune as a main energy. With the Page of Wands, this could be you being more adventurous as far as telling your partner what you want, because that's something that kept coming up in the main spread. But with the Page of Wands, this could be good news that is coming to you. Maybe something has happened that has you on pins and needles. That's the energy of the Nine of Wands, where you're just feeling paranoid about your partner. You're feeling paranoid about your love life. But there could be some good news headed your way with the Page of Wands here. Good news. Some type of excitement. And you also have the Empress, a major arcana. And this is one of the most positive cards to get in a love reading, because it means that you can have everything that you want. So I feel like there is an energy around you here of yes, you're slightly paranoid of something that's going on in your love life right now. Maybe this has something to do, with these kind of strange energies that came up for you here. The Five of Swords, the Seven of Swords, the Eight of Cups is here somewhere. Maybe you see, a red flag in your relationship. Maybe you did have the Eight of Cups. Somebody maybe needs some space. This has you paranoid, but there is good news. I feel like you are receiving good news. And with the Empress, you're getting everything that you want. The Empress is the energy of having it all. Whether it's just your ideal partner or having everything, love, happiness, good health, everything is here for you. But again, I feel like you're afraid of not receiving it. Your main energy is strength, which is just telling you to hang in there. Remember that you had the Six of Wands in the main spread, which is a victory card. So strength is just saying you're going to have to be brave. You're going to have courage. This is about not getting angry with your partner, because I feel like, they might be in a slightly different place based on the first spread that we did. Now let's look and see what's going on with them here, because I see they have very positive cards. I mean, they have the Hierophant, the Three of Cups, which was in the first spread. They have the Ace of Cups, and then they have the Fool. Their main energy is a star. So, I mean, the Hierophant, this is a major arcana, and I feel like, there's probably a lot of changes going on with your partner. The Hierophant, this just means a lot of spiritual help. You had the High Priestess in the first spread. Now they have the Hierophant. The Hierophant just means, again, a lot of spiritual help to help someone figure out where they belong or with who they belong. I feel like if they are listening, to their intuition, watching the signs, there's a lot of happiness here. And I feel like your partner does want this connection. The Three of Cups represents marriage. Not only that, but they also have the Ace of Cups. They want a new beginning. They want happiness. They want this marriage or this relationship. They want things healed. I mean, the Ace of Cups, again, a new beginning. Ironically, they also have the Fool, another new beginning. So it seems like even if there is something really challenging going on with your partner, or maybe they have asked for some space, or maybe things just do not look good, which could have you feeling really paranoid. There are new beginnings here. I mean, there's literally two new beginnings right here. They want to start over. And again, with the Three of Cups being here, this is a repeat card from the main spread. They do want either a relationship to continue, or they want to stay in the marriage. But again, this all has to do with the High Priestess. And I feel like for some of them, I'm getting a different message now. For some of them, it's a matter of them listening to their intuition and following the signs. But for others, this is about figuring out where they belong. Because there was a strong message of somebody needs some space, somebody needs time to figure things out, which came up in the main spread, the Four of Swords. And there were other cards like the Page of Pentacles. This is perhaps needing to figure out, where they belong. Maybe they're having trouble right now. They don't know. But again, as long as someone is, they're given that space to figure things out, happiness, marriage continues. A relationship is rekindled, a new beginning, 2 new beginnings. Also, the Star, which also does represent, this is a card of hopes and wishes, but it also represents a lot of guidance. So there's guidance here and guidance there. So if your partner is totally lost right now, and you're kind of helplessly watching it, they're trying to figure things out. Maybe they're even you feel like they're ruining everything. Because remember, they did have, the main spread had the Five of Swords, which, like I said, this is a card of sabotage, which can be someone else messing with your relationship, but it can even be you, or it can be your partner just making all the wrong decisions. I feel like, the Star being here and the Hierophant, it's probably them. They could be making all the wrong decisions and maybe asking for space. But again, I feel like there's a lot of help to kind of get you back on track. All 3 cards here are very positive. There would be a new beginning with the Fool. This is a major arcana. So you both end with a major arcana. You had the Empress, they have the Fool. There's a strong energy of starting over. So if you feel like your relationship is on the rocks, or you feel like you're headed towards a divorce or a breakup, I feel like that does not happen. You're being told to just stay strong. Okay, Leo, this has been your love reading for June 2018. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will speak to you again next month.